What's good, YouTube? Your boy 21 here, bringing you my TCG banlist discussion for the September 1st format. As you guys all know, the new TCG banlist is out, and it is completely different from the OCG banlist. So I'm going to discuss right now what that means for the gadget deck and go through my thoughts about it. Starting off with Stratos being banned, that completely killed Heroes as an OTK deck, which I'm completely fine with. And now Hero players are going to have to convert to a more control-based style, meaning Narrow Confusion and Super High are going to be their new best friends. They can't just stand out the Stratos and go for the OTKs 24/7 like they used to. I'm glad the card is banned. Next up, all the Baby Dragons are banned. We all know why. Baby Dragons made Big Dragons busted as all hell, so they had to go. Shockmaster being banned. Promoted locks for days. It had to go because in certain decks, like double decks that play Gores and Trigodia, lock them out for game. That simple. Hand traps in the main and then Shockmaster unless it was a Veiler. Card destruction being banned. Card destruction being banned is a good thing because it completely takes away Dark World. Dark World is going off on you. If they open up the card destruction, they'll play it plus like 3, search their deck. It was just too much, and the cards is good, not good for your game. Bad card design in the current format. Gateway being banned. Gateway being banned is the same reason why Dark World card destruction got banned. Too powerful in the deck that it's meant for, which was Samurais. Promoted too many loops, too many LTKs. The card had to go. Monster Reborn. Basically, that just took out the sack factor of that card because if you're in a game state where you and your opponent's going back and forth and you got to answer your last card, there's been so many games where Monster Reborn has just won my opponent games. Like for example, even today at locals, my opponent topped the Monster Reborn, brought back one of my gadgets, overlaid. It gave him the momentum he needed for game. The card was too powerful. I don't understand why it came back. Preferably, I rather had Premature Burial back, but hey, Reborn had to go. Avarice banned. Once again, too good of a top deck, especially now since the graveyards get fueled with 5 monsters like that via everyone XYZ and synchroing like every turn, so it's not hard, especially in gadgets. You can just go template gadget, exceed for another template, and then you have your Avarice fodder for the following turn. Too good. Had to go. Super Rejuvenation being banned. I'm actually glad about that too. It helped. That card being out hindered card design because any dragon deck based on cards being sent to the graveyard would have used the hell out of that card. So that card being gone, we don't ever have to worry about people drawing 6 cards in one turn against us, especially against dragons. So yeah, card had to go. Judgment, as we already know, it's obvious the card was too good. It was just one of those. It should have been banned on release, but hey, Konami had to make their money and give people a chance to play with it. Ultimate Offering banned. Card was too good in gadgets. One card OTK had to go. It seems like they don't want no luck sacking in this new format, which I'm perfectly fine with because that means the format would take more skill, which I have. So going into the limited list, Dragoons limited down to 1. Slows down Mermails. Mermails were too inconsistent. Dragoons had to go to 1. Compose down to 1. Compose hindered Synchros and XYZ plays because your opponent opened up 2 Compose. Every time you go off, it was just like, I'll compare Compose to your opponent Solemn Warning, hitting you with a double warning 2 formats ago. If your opponent opened up the double warning, it was pretty much over. So yeah. Spirit down to 1. Spirit being down to 1 means 3x Fire Fist is no longer a deck because they cannot spell on you no more, but 4x will still be a good deck. So Spirit down to 1 is a good thing. Deep Sea Diva down to 1. Slows down water, helps stop the OTKs with Megalo, or it slows down because you're not going to be drawing consistent with 1 Diva. Birdman down to 1. Birdman being down to 1 stops that wind OTK, and yeah, that's pretty much it from what I know. So yeah, bye Birdman. I might check on gadgets. I don't know. I have a few ideas running in my head right now. Rescue Rabbit being down to 1. Rescue Rabbit is too powerful of a card. They tested it at 2. Honestly, I still think it made Evil Swarms too good because your opponent opened up that rabbit making the first turn opening out is so annoying because they lose no card advantage. So that going down to 1 helped the Evil Swarm matchup a lot. Thunder King Rider going down to 1. It basically just slowed down decks. Honestly, I didn't have a problem with the card at 2. 3 was too many. 2 felt like a perfect number, but with it being down to 1, it seems like they're really trying to push their synchros. Hey, and I'm perfectly fine with it because I play gadgets. So, yeah, whatever, T-King. DeLorean down to 1. I honestly don't know. Maybe some of you Mermaid Water players could tell me why they got hit down to 1. Let's see what else got hit to 1. Potomali's M7. M7 going down to 1 was a good thing because from what I've seen in the OCG, they had so many different OTKs with it. One being the Gishki OTK, where they just kept going off, eating cards out of your hand, shuffling the Gishki guy back to the deck, and etc. So that going down to 1 was a good thing. D-Fisher going down to 1. With that and Macro being down at 1, it seemed like Konami was just trying to promote graveyard monster-based decks. So by limiting those 2 cards down to 1 and Soul Drain down to 1, any deck I predict in the future a lot of decks will be graveyard-based. So by those cards going down to 1, Konami can sell more product, and any graveyard-based deck, like for example people wanting to run Mystic Tomatoes or Dark Worlds, you guys can have fun now because your most threatening cards are at 1. Ghost Talk at 1, that threw me off, honestly. I'm not even going to fucking lie. That card should have stayed at 3 all if I cared. Royal Tribute at 1. Royal Tribute being at 1, I'm happy about that because that means Gravekeepers won't sack me when I go to regionals no more. So, yeah, Royal Tribute at 1 is a good thing. We all know why. Moving on. Bottomless at 1. Bottomless has a tutor now via the Traptress Girl, and I guess whoever does playtesting for the Yu-Gi-Oh game must have figured that Bottomless being searchable is a good thing, so it got limited to 1. And plus, in a slower-paced format, Bottomless is too powerful. It was at 1 back in the day, so it being at 1 now in a format similar to like 06, 07, not surprising. Let's see, what else down to 1? Oh yeah, Torrential Tribute. Torrential Tribute being down to 1 is a good thing. You don't want too many power cards floating around in the same format, in a slow format like Darko, TC, Mirror Force, because Mirror Force is still at 2, so with TT being brought back down to 1, a lot of people are going to run double Mirror Force. I know I probably would run double Mirror Force. The power cards, it's too good not to run. Semi-limited. Mizuki to 2. They're trying to obviously promote the zombie stuff that's coming out, so I'm not surprised about that. Place Rudder down to 2. Same thing. They're trying to promote those new zombie vampires. But that deck might actually be pretty good with those being at 2. TG Striker being at 2. You can run gadgets with TGs. You can run TGs again. TG was once a good deck via Skill Drain. And you can run TG Agents too because they made Earth unlimited again. So yeah, TG Agents might be a good deck again. Tinky down to 2. To slow down the 4 axes before they eventually limited Tinky down to 1. Deep Prison down to 2. Like I said a minute ago, they're trying to limit the number of power cards in the format, so that's why I believe they got down to 2. Then eventually they go down to 1. Unlimited. Destiny Hero Malicious. Malicious being unlimited is a good thing because now everyone who likes to play heroes can play your Destiny draws and your Maliciouses and your Plasmas and go balls to walls with your newly unlimited Scapegoats. So that deck is going to be pretty good control deck, which is what Konami was looking for in this format. Yugioh being down to 3, did nothing at 2, did nothing at 1, so 3, that's good, might well be at 3. Hero lives at 3. It's not going to do nothing without Stratos. Moving on. Black Whirlwind at 3, oh my god. Black Wings is a really, really good deck, and if I wasn't playing Gadget, I'll be playing Black Wings because I like the way the deck plays, it's synchros and XYZ. And I love that 1400 guy that boosts up. It's just like Honest. So yeah, Black Wings is a good deck. All in all, I like that deck a lot. Emergency Call to 3. Heroes need something that Stratos is banned. So yeah, Duality at 3 helps out the format since the format's gonna be really slow. Hieratic Seal at 3. Hieratic is gonna be the new OTK because they run 3 MSTs. 3 of that. 3 MST and 3 of that one card that destroys face down cards. So yeah. Also, Scapegoats at 3. Scapegoats at 3 is really good, like I said. Also, I forgot to mention in the ban section, Heavy Storm is also banned and Spellbook of Judgment is banned. So, I mean, Solemn Judgment, not Spellbook of Judgment. I already mentioned Spellbook of Judgment. So yeah, with Heavy Storm being banned, I am so happy. That means you don't got to get sacked. You can set your back row and not worry about your opponent just getting rid of all your strategy. Because sometimes you open up hands where you have to set back row, or you're going to get OTK'd. So, Heavy Storm being banned, expect to see 3 MSTs and Dust Tornadoes and Sided. Now, what this means for gadgets in the upcoming format. What this means for gadgets, in my opinion, this list is amazing. As we all know, especially Robbie Cole, I know you're probably not going to watch the video, but even if you do, you know gadgets thrive in a slower paced format because no matter what, we're always going to have a monster in our hand. And with Heavy Storm Band, I mean, we can just set back row, summon a gadget, pass turn, your opponent attacks. We can de-prison, Mirror Force, and just sit on our asses, summon gadgets, overlay, and continue going off. There's a lot of things to be tested with this new list, honestly. But I predict gadgets being a strong deck in the format. I really do. If I can get my number 1 picks for this format, I'm still going to say Evil Swarm's number 1 because the deck is too good. Via Pandemic, via Forbidden Dress, via Master P Beetle, with the Vanity's Emptiness lock. The deck has the tools to shut down everything in the format. I see Ophion one day going down to 1. Honestly, I really do. Next up, I see Constellars being another good deck. The number 2 deck of the format because Constellars makes that Omega, which says, you can't touch me back row. So yeah, I suggest you guys collect your XYZ Encores if you're playing a Synchro-based deck because you will run into Constellars and Ophion deck at regionals. Well guys, this was my TCG discussion video and what it meant for gadgets. Please leave a comment down in the section below. Tell me your thoughts about this video. Rate, comment, subscribe. YepBoy21 and I am out. Remember guys, collect those XYZ Encores because that card is going to go up. Peace.